in Claisen rearrangement reaction, it is reaction of phenyl ethyl ether. So here the starting compound is phenyl ethyl ether, right? So here is a benzene nucleus, pi bond, pi bond, pi bond. Here phenol, when treated with allyl chloride, CH2, here is a CH double bond, CH2. The reaction takes place at 200 centigrade temperature. So it is seen that there is a formation of a corresponding phenol. Here is the OH, phenol, and you are getting here CH2, CH double bond, CH2. So the starting compound is your phenyl allyl ether, phenyl allyl ether. So it is ether. One is phenyl and other is allyl. So phenyl allyl ether, when heated at 200 centigrade temperature, then you are having orthoallyl phenol, orthoallyl phenol. So this is the reaction. So the starting compound is phenyl allyl ether, and you are getting orthoallyl phenol at 200 centigrade temperature. So let us see what is the mechanism of the reaction. Here, one of the required conditions is that there must be presence of orthohydrogen atom. Right? There must be presence of orthohydrogen atom, right? And then the allyl group will undergo rearrangement at ortho position, and you are getting allyl phenyl ether. So this is the rearrangement. If suppose if orthoallyl is orthohydrogen is not there, so there is absence of orthohydrogen. Suppose, for example, in this case, if I take such type of, here is O, here is CS2, here is the CH double bond, CS2. Suppose here in this case there is a CS3, there is no orthohydrogen at right side, but here is orthohydrogen. So what happens? Again the reaction takes place at 200 centigrade temperature. So the allyl group will shift at ortho position. So it will shift at left side, and you are getting orthoallyl ether. So here is a CS2, here is a CH double bond and CH2, right? So in this way you can get such type of orthoallyl ether. And again, suppose if both ortho positions they are blocked, here is a phenol and it converts into corresponding ether. O, here is a CH2, CH double bond, CS2. Now in this case, if I write any R group in this case I write CS3. The reaction takes place at higher temperature, that is a 200 centigrade temperature. Then as there is absence of orthohydrogen atom, then it is observed that the rearrangement takes place and you are getting rearrangement at para position, at para position. So here is the CS3 and here is your CS2, CH double bond and CH2. So in this way you are getting such type of the compound. Example number 1, right? So here is a example number 1, example number 2 and example number 3. So when they ask write down short notes on Claisen rearrangement reaction, then we can write a statement and these 3 example, and if possible you have to write its a mechanism also. Mechanism also very simple. So phenylallyl ether, when heated at higher temperature, you are getting orthoallyl phenol. If both ortho hydrogen they are absent, for example, third example, then the rearrangement takes place at para position. So here it is called as that is the Claisen rearrangement reaction. It is called as Claisen rearrangement reaction. Now here, one of the interesting part is that I will label this carbon as alpha carbon, then beta carbon, and then gamma carbon, right? So what happens here, you'll observe that in the product, the gamma becomes at here. So here is the gamma carbon, here is a beta carbon, and here is a alpha carbon, right? Similarly, you can also write like this one, alpha carbon, then the beta carbon, and then a gamma carbon. So here it becomes alpha carbon, then beta carbon, and then a gamma carbon. Okay. And in third example, here is alpha carbon, beta, and a gamma. But in the final product, again, it is alpha carbon, then a beta carbon, and then a gamma carbon. So either you write alpha, beta, gamma, or you can also write label carbon corresponding isotope. Then you can get such type of the product. Okay. So you can make corresponding isotope. Now we know the statement, we know the example. Now let us see what are the examples of this mechanism of this reaction. What is the mechanism of this reaction, right? So mechanism is also very simple in this Claisen rearrangement reaction. So we'll take mechanism of the reaction. In mechanism, here is your, just I will write their structure, right? So same thing, I'm going to write the starting compound is your this one, pi bond, pi bond, pi bond, and I write this allyl group like this one, O. Here is your CS2, right? Here is your CH and double bond CH2, right? So here is CS2. I make just one of the hydrogen. Again, I replace by the CS3, just only to understand the mechanism. So we can also replace hydrogen from the allyl group by the any other group. So this is the mechanism. We are taking a different example. Only I have replaced the hydrogen by the methyl group. Hydrogen by the methyl group. Okay. Now here, what happened in the mechanism? This sigma bond will shift here. There is a formation of double bond. It becomes CO, right? Then this carbon becomes positive. So what happened? This sigma bond will shift here. There is a formation of a double bond. This carbon becomes positive. So here, this pi bond will open and form a bond with this carbon. Very simple. Okay. So this sigma bond will shift here, formation of double bond. Carbon becomes positive. So this sigma bond will shift here, formation of double bond. This carbon becomes positive, and this pi bond will open and form a bond with this carbon. So same thing I'm going to write, right? So here, what you are getting? You are getting such type of, here is a pi bond, here is a pi bond as it is, right? Previously it was a pi bond as it is. Here is the oxygen, right? And the bond between this oxygen and this carbon undergo break, it undergo breaking, right? So there's a formation of a double bond, right? Then here is the H already. Here I write this H already. So again I will write this H already. Then what happen? This sigma bond open, and so it form a bond with this CH, right? With this CH, where there is a CH3, right? And there is a CH, and double bond CH2. Same thing I have written, right? Further, what happen in this case? Here is a formation of cyclohexa dinone intermediate. So we can write the name of this compound as cyclohexa dinone intermediate. And further, what happen? The pi bond will open on the oxygen. O becomes negative, C becomes positive. Sigma bond will shift here, formation of double bond, and this H positive will attack on this O negative. So that I will write in the same way. Okay, so here you are having, here is a pi bond, here is a pi bond, here is a formation of pi bond. It becomes O react with H, so it becomes HOH, and here you are having CH, here is a CH3, right? Then here is a CH double bond CH2. Even we can label by the alpha, beta, gamma. Suppose if I write here alpha, right? Here is a, suppose if I write here alpha, right? So I can label like this one. It is the alpha carbon, it is your alpha carbon, it is your beta carbon, and it is your gamma carbon. So again, same thing. Here is the gamma carbon, here is the gamma carbon, here is a beta carbon, and here is the alpha carbon. So here you are having, that is gamma carbon. This carbon is a gamma carbon, this carbon is a beta carbon, and this carbon is a alpha carbon. So this is a very simple mechanism. The reaction takes place at 200 degree centigrade temperature. So this is the mechanism of this reaction, right? So the reaction takes place through the formation of a cyclic transition state. Cyclic transition state. So you can also write the cyclic transition state. Here what we can do, we can also write one more step. So whatever things you are looking here, so same thing you can write. You can increase one more step. Instead of writing the direct product also, you can also write down the mechanism like this one. Here you are having, that is nucleus. Here is a pi bond, right? Here is the oxygen. Okay. Here is the oxygen. Now the bond between this oxygen and this carbon undergo breaking, means there is a partial double bond character. The bond between this carbon and carbon undergo breaking means there is a partial double bond character. Similarly, the bond between this oxygen and this CS2 undergo breaking, right? The bond between this carbon and the carbon, here is a CH, and there is a formation of double bond. Here there is a CH, and there is a breaking of double bond. And here there is a carbon and H, there is a formation of double bond. So in this way you can form such type of cyclic transition state, right? And then it will convert into corresponding product. So here what happen, this sigma bond will shift here completely, formation of double bond. This pi bond will shift here, there is a formation of single bond, and this sigma bond will shift here completely, and there is a formation of double bond. And then you can write this product. So you can also write like this one. So this is the mechanism of this reaction. So the mechanism is also very, very simple, right? The mechanism is also Very simple. Now I will write a mechanism when both carbons, orthohydrogens, they are blocked, means there is no orthohydrogen atom. Then how to write down its mechanism? So let us see the mechanism when you are having all are having there is no orthohydrogen atom. So I will write on the next page, right? So the starting compound is this one. Here is a phenol. There is a pi bond, and a pi bond, right? And here is O, CH2, then CH double bond, CH2 and CH3. In this case, you are having alpha carbon, then beta carbon, and then gamma carbon, right? Alpha, beta, and gamma carbon. So only thing is that in this case, you are having CS3 and CS3. Both orthohydrogens are blocked. If both hydrogens are blocked, then you are getting corresponding annihilation or the rearrangement at para position. How it undergo rearrangement? So there is the presence of para hydrogen atom. Let us see the mechanism of this reaction. Mechanism also very simple. So whatever things we are here, you repeat it. Then whatever things you are going to happen, you have to write there. Same thing. There is a CS3. Here is also CS3, right? And here is your O, right? First I will write the same thing and then we'll write its mechanism. CS2, here is a CH, here is a double bond, here is a CH3. Here is your CH. Okay. Now look, I have written the same thing, right? Now what happened? The bond between the oxygen and this CS2 alpha undergo breaking. So you have to break the bond. Right? You have to break the bond, and the bond between this oxygen and carbon, the bond between this oxygen and carbon undergo forming, means there is a formation of a double bond, right? And here the bond between this carbon and this carbon undergo breaking, means you have to break this bond, right? You have to break this bond. And similarly here I will write this CS3 in such a way, right? So just I will change the position of the CS3, right? And what happened? This is your CS3, already there is a present, and it form a bond with this carbon, At the same time, the bond between this carbon and this carbon, means here I have to label here alpha carbon, here is a beta carbon, and here is a gamma carbon. Okay, so what happened here? This double bond, right? This double bond, there is a CH, right? This double bond undergo breaking, so it carries a here single bond character. At the same time, the bond between this alpha carbon and beta carbon undergo forming, right? So this is the transition state. You can also write in the bracket. You can write also in the bracket. Okay, and further the sigma bond will shift here, right? This sigma bond will shift here, and this sigma bond will shift here, and you are getting corresponding product, right? So what you are getting? You are getting such type of product. Here is a benzene nucleus, pi bond. Here is the pi bond. Here is a double bond O, right? And here is the CS3. I write this CS3 like this one in this direction, and here is your CH and CH3. Here is a double bond CH and CH2. Just I have changed the skeleton, right? And here CH it becomes single bond. So here you have to write down the single bond, because a bond between the alpha and beta is a single bond. So just I will write it as a single bond. Here is a CH and here is a single bond, right? Now again I will label here. Here this is a gamma carbon, this is your beta carbon, and this is your alpha carbon, alpha, beta, gamma. Now there is a presence of hydrogen at this carbon. So what happens again in this case, the sigma bond will shift here, right? The sigma bond will shift here. This sigma bond, the bond between the gamma and this carbon will shift here, right? Then this carbon becomes positive, right? This carbon becomes positive. So this pi bond will shift here. This carbon becomes positive. Then this pi bond will shift here, right? So again I will write down its transition state. Same thing I will write first. This part is common, double bond O. Here is a pi bond. Here is a H, right? Here is a CH3. Here is a CS3, right? And the bond between this carbon and this carbon undergo breaking. Here is a CH3, right? The bond between this carbon and this carbon undergo forming. Here is a CH2. Here is a CH. The bond between this carbon and carbon undergo forming, and the bond between this carbon and this carbon undergo forming. Means here again you are having such type of double bond character. So what is the size of ring? The size of ring is here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So it is also 6-membered ring. Means it is a 6-membered ring. It is found to be more stable. Numbering here, it was a gamma carbon, right? It is a beta carbon, and here is a alpha carbon. So what happened in this case? This here also we have to write down the pi bond. This pi bond undergo breaking, right? And this sigma bond shift here means it undergo forming, right? Now I will write down again the same arrow. So what happened? This pi bond will shift here, formation of corresponding here. This pi bond will shift here, formation of a double bond, right? Then this pi bond will shift here. You get here double bond, and here you can get a single bond. At the same time, this sigma bond will shift here, and you get double bond, and here this bond become it will break. So you are having such type of compound, right? Here pi bond, right? Here is the H, right? Here is a double bond. Here is CS3. This part do not break. Then what happens? This carbon form a bond with this CS2. Here is a CH. Here is a double bond CH and CH3. The bond between this carbon and carbon, gamma carbon and the carbon of benzene undergo breaking. So you have to break the bond. then this pi bond becomes double bond, right? So you are getting such type of other intermediate. Then last step, sigma bond. Now I first I will label the carbon. Here alpha carbon, here is a beta carbon, and here is a gamma carbon. Okay. Now next and last step, pi bond open on the oxygen, O becomes negative, C becomes positive. Similarly, we can shift this pi bond here, formation of a double bond, carbon becomes positive. So this sigma bond will shift here and formation of a double bond. So you are having corresponding such type of O becomes negative, O negative and this H positive, it undergo protonation. So you can get, remember on both sides there is a CS3, on both sides there is a CS3. Here is also CH3, right? And here is also CS3, because both hydrogens are absent, ortho hydrogens are absent. And then you can get final compound. Here is the CS3 as it is, here is the CS3 as it is, here is O react with H, here is the pi bond, this pi bond shift here, this pi bond shift here, and you can get here, that is CH2 CH, here is CH and CH3 double bond. Okay. CH3, and I can label the carbons, they are alpha, then beta, and then gamma. So this reaction takes place only in the presence of heat. There is no side product. So this is the rearrangement step. This is the rearrangement step. So when both hydrogens are blocked, in that case you are getting such type of compound. So it is called as, that is the Claisen rearrangement reaction. It is called as Claisen rearrangement reaction, right? So in this way we have seen the Claisen rearrangement reaction. In the same way, just we can go on incurring the, we can change the R group, allyl group on this ether. In that way you can get the mechanism. So this is the second example mechanism. So what you have learned? We have learned Claisen rearrangement reaction. It is the reaction of phenyl allyl ether. It is your phenyl allyl ether. When undergo heating, it uses orthoallyl phenol. The required condition is that there must be presence of at least one ortho hydrogen atom. So you get the first example. But if one ortho hydrogen is blocked, then the rearrangement takes place to the next ortho hydrogen atom. But if both ortho hydrogens are blocked, in that case the rearrangement takes place at a pair, and the mechanism for first and second we can show like this one, right? And for the third example we can show the mechanism. So the two times rearrangement takes place. So in the first case you are getting such type of transition state. In the second step also you are getting transition state, right? You are getting transition state, right? So in this way we can get phenyl allyl ether, allyl ether, phenyl allyl ether. So what is the allyl? Allyl, this skeleton is called as allyl. So CH2 CH double CH2, this is called as a allele, right? This skeleton is called as a allyl skeleton. Allyl halide, if there is Cl, and in the mechanism we have seen that the second time also a rearrangement takes place. So the position of the allele changes. So here on the para position there is the alpha, beta, gamma. Even you can label, you can make it as a star also. You can make it also star. Instead of writing the alpha, beta, gamma, suppose if you put star on a carbon, then accordingly you have to put the star on the remaining one. Right? So it is a Claisen rearrangement reaction, and in this way you have seen this Claisen rearrangement reaction. Right? In this way you have seen the Claisen rearrangement reaction. So the rearrangement, this rearrangement is very, very simple. I think you might have understand this part. So if you have any doubt, you may ask. Yes, any doubt? No doubt. So then we'll stop here. Thanks to all, and tomorrow we'll take the 3 rearrangement reaction, and all 3 rearrangement reactions, they are similar to each other. If you understand one, the remaining one are also very, very simple. They are similar to each other. So we'll take the 3 rearrangement reaction at a one time. If possible, take all 3 rearrangement reaction simultaneously, so that you can understand each reaction, right? So thanks to all, and you can leave the meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank